The ITV studio in London buzzed with the midday hum of a live audience on October 22, 2025, at 12:45 p.m. BST, as Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, walked onto the Loose Women set, his casual blazer and open-collar shirt a nod to his post-royal ease, drawing a mix of cheers and curious murmurs from the predominantly female crowd of daytime TV devotees eager for a glimpse of the ginger prince-turned-global advocate. There to discuss the upcoming Invictus Games in Vancouver and a new Archewell podcast on mental health resilience, Harry embodied a man forged and fiery, divorced from the monarchy's mantle yet pursued by its fandoms, poised to share insights on fatherhood with Meghan and their children Archie and Lilibet, alongside his tireless push for privacy and press reform. Denise Welch, the fiery panelist with a Geordie grit sharpened by years of raw monologues and unapologetic defenses of the Sussexes, greeted him with a warm embrace, flanked by co-hosts Janet Streetporter, Colleen Nolan, and Gloria Hunniford, their smiles a blend of enthusiasm and the show's signature edge, the format's freewheeling format already hinting at unscripted sparks. The segment started with buoyant energy, Harry recounting an uplifting tale of adaptive sports trials with veterans, his voice steady and engaging as Colleen praised his spare courage, and Janet probed lightly on blending Hollywood with heartland values. Applause flowed as Harry quipped about trading tiaras for trail runs, crediting Meghan for his steady state of grace. But Welch, ever the passionate protector, launched into a fervent preamble, "Harry, we've got your back here, Team Sussex all the while, but let's be real, the press paints you as the villain. How do you counter that without another book?" The audience nodded sympathetically, but Hunniford, the veteran voice of reason, interjected with a gentle probe, "Counter? Or concede? Your visa woes from sparse confessa drug admissions, family food sites inspire debate. Isn't it time to let sleeping palaces lie?" Harry's smile waned, his reply measured yet firm as he leaned in, "Let lie? Gloria, I've let too much Leah silence enabled the smears that silenced my mother. This is accountability, not ammunition." Nolan chimed in supportively, but Streetporter, the contrarian, pounced, "Accountability? Or airing dirty laundry for dollars? Invictus inspires, but suing the Home Office while spilling tea is strategic, or spiteful?" The room tensed, murmurs rising as Harry's eyes hardened, a flicker of his military medal flashing as he rebutted, "Spiteful? I've buried brothers to the very leaks you label laundry. This isn't spite, it's survival against a system that suffocates." Welch leapt to his defense, her voice rising, "Exactly, leave him alone. The royals rubbished him first." But Hunniford pressed, "Survival? Or spectacle? Your Oprah bombshells divided the nation, now this podcast. Healing or hounding?" Harry's patience frayed, his accent accentuating as he countered, "Hounding? You're hounding me now, echoing the echoes that exiled us." Producers in the booth exchanged urgent looks, the live feed a tinderbox as Harry's resolute candor clashed with the panel's probing passion, the crowd's whispers swelling, phones capturing the creeping conflagration. The chat framed as friendly a fast-forwarding to fray, the air alive with ancestral animus and afternoon audacy. Emerging from a hasty ad break at 12:52 p.m., the Loose Women set seethed with simmering strife, off-camera chatter later revealing Harry's aside to a runabout straying too sharp, while Welch rallied the panel, her loyalty a lighthouse in the storm. Relaunching Live, Nolan tried a neutral nudge toward podcast previews, but Hunniford hammered on, timing's everything, Harry dropping spare bombs like William's attack while chasing U.S. citizenship. Inspires or inflames? Harry's features furrowed, his response resolute, and flames? It illuminates the attack was assault on my family, not anecdote for amusement. Citizenship? That's freedom, not flight. Cheers crested from the Sussex sympathizers, but street porter surged, tone tart, freedom? Or forsaking? You fled the firm, now fund lawsuits with family files bare sold millions on misery. Masterstroke or mess? The query quaked, Harry's composure creaking as he inclined intently, voice veering vehement, mess. The mess was made in palaces while you pontificate from parlors I served in sands while siblings schemed. This is reclamation, not revenge. The studio gasped collectively, Welch wailing supportively, preach, Harry the press persecuted Diana, now you. Yet Hunniford volleyed, reclamation? Or regurgitation? Your virginity vignette in Sparia humiliating, Peria entertains or embarrasses? Privacy plea or public ploy? Harry's dam burst then, rising rigidly at 12:58 p.m., detaching his mic with a deliberate yank, ploy. This is persecution, not panlam, not your prey. The audience erupted in a frenzy of fervor and frowns, Welch calling frantically, Harry, hold we're on your side. But the Duke departed decisively, detail in his demeanor, security shadowing as producers plunged to a pre-recorded plea segment amid the maelstrom. Backstage buzz branded it a self-sovereign stride, though skeptics sneered staged sulk. Devices detonated, X-igniting at 1 p.m. with #Harry loose women trending, pristine plays propagating, he humbled the harpies. Versus panel punctured the prince. The heated harangue, from harmony to hurricane, had hijacked the hour, headlines hurling like harpoons across the home counties. The cataclysm from Prince Harry's heated hike-off on loose women convulsed the cybercosmos by 1:30 p.m. BST on October 22, 2025, outstripping the show's sundries in a surge of scalding scrutiny and schadenfreude. Ex-conduits convulsed with crude clips of spectators splicing Hunniford's ploy probe with Harry's hasty heel turn, monikers #Harry heats loose and #Welch vs. World skyrocketing to transatlantic tops, harvesting 70 million markings in the maiden half-hour. Harry's hearties hammered in, heralding a Duke's deliverance. Panel's palace pandering exposed. #Stand with Harry, with mock-ups of mix morphed to muskets, while naysayers needled, spare no expense on excuses. Morning management's masterclass. #Team loose, grafting his gate to garden party gaffes. The sun scorched Harry's heated hike-off, Welch's wrath weans while women wreck, while The Guardian framed it as Harry's ITV inferno, when advocacy arms against afternoon antics, conjecturing if it crystallized a Sussex schism. ITV armored in ambiguity, posting placidly on passionate parleys, but Welch's 2 p.m. afterthought a Team Harry forever hot takes heat up. A hoisted 200k hails honeyed with hate. Instant indices inflated 60%, segment steward sifting if the spontaneous spat sired sweeps gold or sponsor static. Leaks leaked, had Harry's prelude packed proscribed privacy pokes? Was Welch's stable spurred by social scuttle? YouTube yendas yodeled on Yipso Harry's jaw jutta regurgitation, Hungerford steadfast hysteria engendering enigmas from faked frolic fallout to fervent family feud. Windsor webs wove as spare sequel, the loose lash, equity enclaves equating entitlement versus endurance. Hearsay hummed of Meghan mobilizing from Montecito for morale, Arch Ewell's alert arrays alight. By 3 p.m., this morning's trifle and Lorraine's lunch queued quips a loose women's not loose, it's lashing of fanning the flames through tea time, a poignant proof of how one Princess Peak could pummel a panel's playbook. By 4 p.m. BST on October 22, 2025, the Prince Harry loose women imbroglio had gelled into a glamour gauntlet, gleaming through gossip glossies and gridiron gazettes with granular grit. Loose women looped back at 4:30 p.m. with Nolan navigating the tempest in our teapot, tagging it a vigorous volley on valor void of villains, while Welch whittled off script to squad, Duke Stassia Duchesses defend. Harry, hightailing to Heathrow, heralded via Arch Ewell's feed at 4:45 p.m., footage of Invictus innovators innovating, tagged Fortitude forges forward, not feuds, which faithfuls fathomed as forthright flay, fomenting fund infusions 40% by forenoon alchemy from the affray. Exjustice exuded, Esquire essayed Harry's homefront hurdle, when advocacy arms against anchors, blocks bifurcating between beatifying Welch's brawny bluntness or branding it blue blood bashing. Net knaves navigated, TikTok trackers tallied Harry's hasty hike, X-Rays Xing 54% his triumph with who hurled the haymaker? Reddit rekindling spare shards as pre-prophetic parry. Scuttle surge to Netflix hastening a Harry doc with dual digest, loose women's guest grid ghosting on ginger guests. Shred snippets spurred spectator syntheses, one smash sinking his solder to God Save the Queen's Requiem. Vast vibrations vibrated, vitalized ventures on vet validness, forums forecasting if it fanned federal favor files. As afternoon waned, the maelstrom mellowed to mutters, yet the notch Nagada Welch's stalwart showwoman stature stiffened yet stung, Harry's honorable heretic halo heightened by heat. Handshake. A hypothetical this morning redux, or hostility hardened in highlights. Interim, it's matutinal media's mightiest melee, where ducal daring dual dishy drive, delineating a durable decree on Dazzle's daunting domain,